Hello everyone, I'm Rosphere. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Shadowlands pre-patch event. But before I get started, I'd like to make a very quick apology in that I missed a week in making videos and the Covenant video has been delayed slightly, mostly because I've been taking time to work on something for the YouTube channel, and that is a Vtuber avatar. Part of my degree is in 3D art, and I do a lot of freelance work in 3D for games and things like that, or at least I used to before COVID. A lot of that work has dried up now, so as a way to use my YouTube channel as an outlet for that artistic part of my life that I've been missing, I'm going to be making some 3D assets and avatar and all this other stuff for the YouTube channel. I figured that'd be a lot of fun. So that'll be coming soon, and yeah, let's get right into the review of the deep dive, I guess, into the Shadowlands pre-patch. So my initial thoughts on the Shadowlands pre-patch event is it sucks. Like, there's very little that's good about it. It doesn't feel like an invasion. It's supposed to be, I think, a scourge invasion that you're like fighting back, and you started out by doing just a few quests and talking to a bunch of different people, and it's like, okay, and they take you, at least on the Horde side, I haven't done it on the Alliance side, you end up going to the Crossroads, and there's some undead there that feel like a very minimal threat because there's so many people out there killing them. And there's so few actual spawns. I'm not really sure how this is supposed to feel like an invasion. It just doesn't have that feel. I'm extremely disappointed with it because I was there for the Scourge invasion of the pre-patch event for Wrath of the Lich King, which felt like an invasion. There was these little areas all over the world on Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor that would pop up, where there was a bunch of Scourge that were coming out and, attacking towns, attacking people, and things like that. You'd have to fight these back. It was almost like rifts from Rift, but, way before the game Rift, obviously. But you'd have all these, like, different undead things popping up all over the place that you'd have to fight back. They were invading the main cities. Like, you had, and I know a lot of people hated this, but you had the, like, infection that was going on as well. There was all these different layers to the event, and it felt like it was really affecting the world because it was. It changed the way that World of Warcraft was at the time. The infection itself only lasted for a week, but I mean, that was because it pissed people off, obviously. And I mean, those people that got really upset by it, I mean, those people are just boring. I mean, those are the people that don't like change. Those are the people that want to come home and do a very set specific, number of things and do very, very specific things in the game, and not be interrupted from doing those things on a daily basis. And they do those things every single day, the exact same way, like unbelievably boring people, and they can't put up with change. But that's besides the point. I've had a lot of fun with it back then. I actually have some footage of it that's going to be in this video here. Show that off. I even have the original undead slaying set for my warrior still, back in the day, and at the time that gear was garbage for me. It was like way below, like stat wise, or item level wise, what my current gear was, because I was in mostly tier 5. I had a couple pieces of tier 6, but it was garbage tier gear. It was like below tier 4, so it wasn't like even good catch-up gear, but I took the time to go get it just because I wanted it, and because it was cool and unique. And the sets and items that you can get for this, they're just not unique. They're stuff that's already in the game. I think they've been recolored. I don't even know if they've been recolored, to be honest. I haven't looked that much into it, but they just don't have that impact that it did back in the day. So yeah, I'm going to show the Crossroads event here real quick, and then we'll move to what's going on out in Icecrown. It took me about 45 minutes total to get through the entire thing, to finish everything for the whole day, at least that I could find. Maybe I missed something, I don't know. It just seems really boring and kind of meaningless. It doesn't have any impact on the world itself, which is not something that you want for a massive Scourge invasion. So, as you can see, I'm just running around here, dotting up some mobs while 10 other people kill it, because honestly, like, this is a Scourge invasion, but there's no real threat. It doesn't feel like there's a threat to the world. It's just give me my quest kills so that I can complete it and get my item and move on. Now, back in Wrath of the Lich King, or the pre-patch for Wrath of the Lich King, the event where they were invading Stormwind, I don't have any footage from Orgrimmar back then. I didn't have a Horde character. But they were invading Stormwind, and basically the entire server turned up to help defend this massive invasion wave that was coming in initially. And there was no quest for it. There was no reason to do it. It was just there, and people did it because it was fun. And because it was this big community event that was server-based. You don't have the server-based stuff anymore, but they could still make it feel like this big event that was really important and really impactful, but it doesn't have that oomph, I guess. It doesn't have that feeling like it used to. So I know you're probably thinking right now that my UI from back then is giving you a headache just to look at, and honestly, I was terrible at the game, and yeah, the UI shows that I was terrible at the game, but that's not really the point. There's hundreds of people in the area here, and everybody's there fighting back these massive waves of Scourge that are coming in from the ocean, and it felt like there was a threat to, Stormwind at the time. Like, if you didn't show up to, fight this wave back, that they would eventually overtake Stormwind, even though, I mean, they wouldn't have, that wasn't planned for it. Like, there was nothing that went beyond what was actually happening. They'd probably just sit there at the docks and, kill random people that went down there. But it created this feeling that there was a threat in the world, and I don't have footage, sadly, of the events that popped up all over the world that you would go around to collect these items or do these things for the Argent Dawn to get the Undead Slaying set. I don't have footage of the special Karazhan boss that was there. There was all kinds of stuff that was special about this event and unique to this event that it really made it feel like this full-on invasion, because it was all-encompassing of the entire game. No matter where you went, there was something that was going on with this event. And with a Scourge invasion, that's kind of what you need. You need it to feel like the whole world is under threat, because the massive waves of undead are going to destroy it if you don't fight them back. And that's really what this felt like. It felt like the beginning, like really the beginning of Wrath of the Lich King. And with this Shadowlands Scourge like going crazy thing, it's like, well, if there's no jailer of the damned, there's no one to keep them in check. Technically, it should be worse than what this is, right? Like, there should be more undead going crazy. They should be just rampaging across the world. And from what I've seen with the event, there's none of that. Like, it doesn't even come close. And it's really disappointing. For me, probably the most interesting part of the event was the part where you're tasked to go kill Nathanos Blightcaller. And he was placed back in the original location from where he was in Classic World of Warcraft. I don't know if many people know, but Nathanos is actually in the game all the way back in Classic, and he's at this building here, so it's not just some random place that Blizzard chose. It's actually, part of his lore, I guess. I don't know any of his story or anything like that. I don't really pay attention to the Warcraft lore in general. I think most of it's kind of ridiculous and unrelatable, so it's not super fun for me, but that being said, like, this is probably the most interesting part of the entire quest line, at least for me, or the entire event, I should say. And sadly, it's like it only lasts for about 5 minutes. It would have been really nice if there was like this huge lead up into killing Nathanos at the end, and it wasn't just some like talk to this guy, now go talk to this guy, now go talk to that guy, now go kill 10 Scourge over here at the crossroads. Oh wait, Nathanos is over here, you should probably go kill him too. It's basically how it felt. It didn't feel super interesting or anything like that leading up to it. It was kind of cool to actually get to kill Nathanos, even though I'm, like I said, I don't really follow the lore or anything like that, but it was kind of cool. It's only the second quest, I think, in the game that has had you go to kill Nathanos. I don't know if you actually killed Nathanos in the other quest back in Classic. I'm not 100% sure. Again, like I said, I don't know the lore all that well. But this was probably the most interesting part of the whole thing for me. The rest of it was, just kind of forgettable. Not something that I'll probably take forward in my memory and be like, oh yeah, this time in World of Warcraft was great. I really loved it. I had so much fun during this time in WoW, because honestly right now, like, I did the stuff in the event, I got to the end, did the daily quests once, killed, a couple of the bosses out in Ice Crown, and I was like, well, I think I'm going to go back to playing Overwatch. So, yeah, that's what I did. I went back to playing Overwatch. And, that's where I am now, playing Overwatch, and playing a little bit of WoW on the side, but there's really not a whole lot to do. I'm kind of disappointed with the event, like I said. Wish there was more. Wish it felt more threatening. And yeah, it's really all I got on this one. I'll have the video on my thoughts on Covenants coming out soon. The Warrior one is a little bit further off. That one I'm going to put a little bit more effort and time into, because honestly, Warrior has been my main for basically forever. I played a Warrior from original vanilla. I was only about level 40-ish when Burning Crusade came out, but I played all the way from original vanilla through Mists of Pandaria on my Warrior. The exact same character the entire time. Hundreds of days played, and the changes that they made in Warlords of Draenor destroyed the entire class for me. And I'm gonna get into some real detail on that, game design detail, stuff like that. Real nitty gritty stuff. I'm gonna have a lot of fun talking about that one. So look forward to that, and I will see you in the next one.